Hi, beautiful souls, and welcome to Gamla Healing, the place where we are learning to align with the purpose of our soul. And today we are gonna discuss the next full moon that will take place in the sign of Virgo on February 24th. It will take place at the degree number 5 of Virgo, and as you might know, there's a specific meaning for each degree of the zodiac, a Sabian meaning. And for this degree of Virgo, the number 5, it is the following. A man is becoming aware of nature spirits or normally unseen spiritual agencies or actions. So it's a lot related to the energy of Pisces that will be very, very powerful under this full moon, because we will have Mercury that will just have entered the sign of Pisces. The sun will be there, of course, because it's opposing the moon that is standing in the sign of Virgo. Neptune is still in the sign of Pisces, and Saturn as well. So there's a huge, huge energy of Pisces that will be activated and present under this full moon. Pisces is all about the spiritual world. It's the world of ideas, of imagination, of our dreams, of what is not incarnated. So the idea of this full moon is to gather this spiritual energy and to talk with it, interact with it, be aware of our dreams, of the sudden ideas and breakthroughs that we are having in our sleep, for example, and to bring it to the material world, to incarnate it through the sign of Virgo. Virgo is an earth sign, right? It's the polarity of Pisces. It's here to balance the Piscean energy that is really like a veil, it's like a vape, it's not formed, it's like a magma, everything is merged, everything is mixed. We can't really differentiate who is who, what is what. So Virgo is here to bring order and to differentiate what is what. This is white, this is black, this is good, this is considered as bad. Virgo is here to analyze and order all those energies. And it will help us actually to give form to our dreams, to our ideas. So it will be really a time to be aware of what's happening in the background of our conscious mind, to connect more with our right brain, to be more passive and be more receptive to what's happening in the world, to our feelings, to our emotions, and to let it flow in order to be able to then act and take the actions that are necessary to implement and realize our dreams in the material world. The sign of Virgo will really be here to help us and to show us what's possible or not. Okay, I have this dream, I have this idea. How can I implement it? How can I make it happen? Is it even possible to make it happen? Virgo is here to planify and to think ahead in order to know which tool, which person is gonna help us and will be here to make it concrete and realized and manifest it in this world. Saturn will also help us even more to anchor in the reality, because Saturn is really the material world. It's the created 3D world, what we can really touch and see, the real matter, right? And it will help us to take those dreams, those imaginations, and those ideas, those spiritual inspirations from the spiritual world, and to give shape and form to them in the created world. It will really help us to give shape to those dreams even more through the full moon of Virgo, because Virgo will then, after the anchoring of Saturn, sort out what makes sense right now, what's possible, what is valuable for me and for the others, what can I put at the service of myself and at the service of others, and what is actually not really necessary at the moment. So this combination, this collaboration of Saturn in Pisces in conjunction to the Sun and the Moon in Virgo will be really powerful for manifestation rituals, for example. At the same time, I also made a reading of I Ching in order to understand a little bit better, as usual, what the meaning of this full moon is. So I asked the I Ching, what is the actual meaning of this full moon? What are the energies at play? And the answer was really interesting and fitting to the topic, because the hexagram that was associated to the answer is the number 42, which is the increase. It is a very, very positive hexagram. It's all linked to growth and abundance and progress. But in order to access this positivity and this growth brought by the hexagram, we must go through a period of radical change. And this is reminding us of the new Aquarian age that has started with Pluto entering into the sign of Aquarius recently, and the very Uranian charged energy that is going on for years now. And so the hexagram 42 of the increase is a mix of two elements, of Chinese elements, which are the wind and the thunder. They are both elements that are moving a lot, right? Wind is blowing away what's not really anchored and rooted deep into the earth. And thunder is really violent, and it can really disturb the atmosphere, but it's actually here to move the stagnating energies that were in the atmosphere, right, in the air. It's here to break what was not moving and what was creating some tension in the air. So those two elements are here to help us to break the status quo of what's not moving, what needs to be shaken a little bit, in order to create something new and to set the energies into motion again. So under this full moon, we are really here to cleanse away the stagnating energies, what's not necessary anymore, and to bring back to its place what was neglected, what actually requires attention and what is valuable, and that we neglected in the past needs to take its right place right now. So we let the superficial go away, we release it, and we bring what's really important for us at the center of our lives. This is what's brought under this full moon. And of course, when we have this wind of change that is coming, when there is this disturbance of the thunder that is shaking us, it's not nice at all. We are threatened in a way. We are afraid of what could happen because the situation is changing and we are not used to it. But it's very much necessary to move forward, and that's where we can actually take a new direction and initiate change, set things into motion again. It's a fight against immobilism, against lethargy, and of course reorganizing things and changing our ways of living and of interacting is requiring a lot of energy. It requires courage actually, but it's really the opportunity to open ourselves to new perspectives, to really bring new development and growth into our lives, and to be audacious. In the end, it's a fight against immobilism and lethargy, right? It's to set things into motion again. And of course, reorganizing our lives, our habits, our interactions, our relationships requires a lot of courage. And we might have fears and anxieties regarding the future ahead because we are not used to this new energy, to those new situations. But we can be sure that if we really connect to this Piscean energy, the energy of Pisces, and we ask our intuition in our dreams, if we listen to our guides, to our angels, to the universe, however we want to call it, if we really ask our heart, mainly, what is the right way for me? What should I do in order to be aligned with my soul, with my purpose? Most of the time, or always, I would say, from my experience, we will take the right actions and we will be in our truth. So in the end, it's really a matter of trust and to know how to seize the opportunities and to know how to open ourselves to new perspectives and to a new order of life in the end. And we have to be able, with Virgo, that's what we are invited to do in the end also, is to discriminate and recognize in which situation we are in a power play, if we are dominated, if we are blocked in a relationship with a friend, with a lover, within our family, at work, if we take the decision, once we recognize that we are in a toxic situation and we want to go out of it, we have to take the decision and to activate our willpower to be able to go out of it, right? And we have to authorize ourselves to step into our authority, into our willpower, and to say, to be able to draw boundaries and to say, no, I'm out of it. I don't take it anymore. And this time I am stepping into my power. I know what's best for me. So this full moon really symbolizes the trust that we must have in our own power, our own authority, and the necessity to radiate it constantly and to show it to others and to be strong on our positions, to say, this is what's good for me and this is necessary to initiate change in my life right now. I take the decision to act like this from now on. Under the full moon, of course, there will still be the conjunction of Venus and Mars in the sign of Aquarius that will still be very active. They will still be in conjunction. So the topic of relationships is extremely important also under this full moon. So everything that I've said until now regarding change and getting rid of what's too heavy, what's not necessary anymore, bringing to the center of our life what's extremely and really important for us, stepping into our power and drawing boundaries, knowing what's important for us or not, knowing how to say no and say this is too much for me. Everything that I just mentioned will be related to our relationships, and we will have to face situations and flows of energies that will challenge us on those topics within our relationships. All of them, lovers, friends, family, colleagues, whoever it is, we will have lessons to take out of our interactions regarding those topics. And every time we will have to ask ourselves, okay, I'm in this situation right now. Is it right for me? Where should I say no? Where is it too much? Where is it too far? We will have to find the measurement all the time to know exactly what's best for us, because once we are stepping into our alignment with our soul, with our being, then we know how to interact naturally with others, and we are acting in the best way possible for the collective also. And that's where we will enter the energy of Aquarius that is symbolized with this conjunction of Venus and Mars. We will stay strong on our positions in our individuation. We will be fully expressed and healthy individuals that are ready to enter relationships and to fight for our values and for our health. And then, only then, we will be able to create healthy bridges, healthy relationships with other individuals. That's where, together, in this duality, we will be able to bring the collective forward. And at the moment, still under this full moon, of course, and it will last for some time, the conjunction of Chiron and the north node of the moon in the sign of Aries at the same time. This is a collective healing that we are going through at the moment, where we are really stepping into our power. It's the self-empowerment to say, I am important and I'm taking the decisions for myself. I am an individual and I'm stepping into my power. We are healing all those wounds, Chiron, the wounded healer, related to the wound of our souls, and we are invited to go into an introspection, to go within ourselves, to ask where it hurts, where are my traumas, where are my wounds of the past, of my family, my generational traumas, my collective traumas. How can I work on them, heal them, and bring them to the surface in order to step into my power and transform them into weapons that I can put at the service of my own self, but also at the service of the collective, right? Because the north node of the moon is the direction that we are all taking together on a collective perspective. So we are all together invited to individually, on our side, go into the hermit mode, to retire in our cave, to meditate, do an introspection, to ask ourselves where it hurts, transform it into gold, and use it as a weapon to be able to step in a healthy way within our relationships and put it at the service of the collective. So that's more or less the energies that are at play under this full moon, and I'm very happy if you stayed with me until the end of this video. Don't hesitate to interact with me, to comment below the video if you have questions, or if you just want to get in touch with me. I will be more than happy to answer and to interact with you. I wish you a wonderful full moon. Have a beautiful ritual. Set the intentions that you really feel are important for you. As I said, use the Piscean energy, the energy of Pisces. Listen to your dreams, to your intuition. Ask your guides and angels to have answers to your questions or to have support in any kind of way that could help you align with the purpose of your soul. And it's a moment where you could really receive advices and messages from the spiritual world, I'm sure. So be present, be open to receive those messages. And for now, I say see you next time. Bye bye.